Most people think Real Madrid is in the business of winning football matches. They're wrong. If tomorrow football somehow disappeared, the people running Real Madrid wouldn't suddenly forget how to make money. Because what they've really built isn't just a football club. It's one of the most powerful entertainment businesses on the planet. A business that can spend over $100 million on a single player, renovate a stadium for nearly $2 billion, reject billionaires who want to buy it, and still end up becoming even richer. Now, here's the strange part. Real Madrid doesn't even have an owner. No billionaire, no royal family, no tech CEO writing unlimited checks. Yet somehow it keeps competing against clubs backed by oil states, American investment firms, and some of the richest people alive. On paper, that shouldn't be possible. In reality, it's exactly why Real Madrid is different. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. When most people look at Real Madrid, they see trophies. Business executives see something completely different. They see a global brand with hundreds of millions of fans, a stadium that now works like a year-round money printing machine, and a business model so powerful that every goal, every trophy, and every superstar signing quietly increases the club's value far beyond the football pitch. And that's just the surface. Because behind the iconic white jersey is a financial system that most fans never notice. A system where winning matches is only one part of the equation. The real game is turning attention into revenue, reputation into negotiating power, and football into an asset that keeps generating money long after the final whistle. To understand how extraordinary that is, imagine opening a restaurant. Most restaurants earn money only when customers walk through the door. If nobody shows up, revenue stops instantly. Real Madrid doesn't work like that. Whether you're in Tokyo, New York, Mumbai, or Sao Paulo, millions of people are buying jerseys, watching matches, following players on social media, purchasing sponsored products, visiting the Bernabéu, playing with the club on video games, and interacting with its brand every single day. The match lasts 90 minutes. The business never stops. And that's exactly why looking at Real Madrid as a football club is the biggest mistake you can make. It's closer to Disney than your local football team. One creates movies, the other creates moments. But both have mastered the same business, selling emotion at a global scale. And once you understand that, something else starts making sense. Why would a club spend over 100 million euros on one player when cheaper players exist? Why would companies fight each other just to have their logo on one white shirt? And how can renovating a stadium become one of the smartest financial investments in modern sports? The answers aren't about football. They're about economics. Because Real Madrid doesn't buy players the way most clubs do. It buys assets. It doesn't simply sell tickets, it sells experiences. And it doesn't chase money. It builds a machine that attracts money from almost every direction. But before we follow the money, we need to answer one question that changes everything. Who actually owns Real Madrid? Because that single answer explains almost every financial decision the club has made over the last century, and it's probably nothing like you expect. Most football clubs have owners. Real Madrid has members, more than 90,000 of them. These members, called socios, don't earn dividends, can't sell the club for profit, and don't receive a single euro from its success. Instead, they elect the club's president, approve major decisions, and act as the club's ultimate authority. At first, this sounds like a terrible business model. Imagine asking 90,000 people to agree on billion-euro decisions. That's usually how projects die, not how empires are built. Yet this unusual structure creates something billionaire-owned clubs struggle to buy: trust. A private owner can wake up tomorrow and sell the club. A sovereign wealth fund can change strategy overnight. But Real Madrid isn't built around one person's fortune. It's built around an institution designed to outlive every president, every manager, and every superstar. That changes how the club thinks. Instead of maximizing profits for shareholders, the goal is maximizing the club's long-term value. Sometimes that means sacrificing short-term earnings to protect a brand that has been growing for over 120 years. It's a bit like owning a priceless painting. You don't make it valuable by selling pieces of it. You protect it, improve it, and let time do the heavy lifting. Florentino Pérez understood this better than almost anyone. When he returned as president in 2009, he wasn't just building a stronger football team. He was redesigning the entire business model. Every major signing, every sponsorship deal, even the massive Bernabéu renovation followed one simple question: will this make Real Madrid more valuable 10 years from now? And that mindset explains a decision that confused almost everyone. How can spending hundreds of millions of euros actually make you richer? When Real Madrid signed Cristiano Ronaldo for a then-record 94 million euros in 2009, critics called it reckless. Paying that much for one player sounded like buying a gold-plated Ferrari just to drive to the grocery store. But Pérez wasn't buying goals. He was buying attention. Within months, shirt sales exploded, sponsorship values climbed, TV audiences grew, and the club's global fan base expanded into markets where football was becoming a billion-dollar business. Even though clubs receive only a fraction of jersey sale revenue after manufacturers and retailers take their cut, the real jackpot wasn't the shirts, it was the millions of new fans those shirts created. That's the genius most people miss. A superstar isn't just an employee. He's marketing, media, advertising, and global distribution wrapped into one person. And once hundreds of millions of people are emotionally invested in your club, almost every business becomes willing to pay more to work with you. That's why brands like Adidas and Emirates don't just sponsor Real Madrid because it wins trophies. They sponsor the club because it owns something far rarer than silverware: human attention. In today's economy, attention is the world's most valuable currency. The companies that capture it make billions. Real Madrid simply learned to monetize it better than almost anyone in sports. But attracting the world's attention is expensive, because once you're expected to sign the biggest stars every summer, the transfer fee is only the beginning of the bill. A 100 million euro transfer makes headlines. The salary doesn't. Elite players can earn 20 to 30 million euros a year before bonuses. Add signing fees, agent commissions, image right negotiations, performance bonuses, medical staff, security, private travel, and suddenly one superstar can cost hundreds of millions over the life of a contract. Now imagine doing that for an entire squad. So why doesn't the business collapse? Because Real Madrid has one rule: never rely on a single income stream. On match day, over 80,000 fans fill the Bernabéu, but the stadium is no longer just a football venue. After its Euro $1.7 billion renovation, it's designed to generate revenue almost every day through concerts, NFL games, VIP experiences, restaurants, retail, and premium tours. A stadium that once worked twice a month now works year-round. Then come broadcasting deals, commercial partnerships, licensing, digital content, museum visits, and millions of merchandise sales worldwide. None of these streams is enough alone. Together, they create a business that's surprisingly resilient. Think of it like an investment portfolio. If one asset performs poorly, the others keep generating returns. That's why a disappointing season hurts Real Madrid, but rarely breaks it. Yet, even this financial machine has one weakness, one mistake that has pushed football giants into crisis before, and avoiding that mistake may be Real Madrid's greatest victory of all. Football history is full of clubs that chased success with borrowed money and paid for it years later. Barcelona is the perfect warning. Years of soaring wages, expensive transfers, and financial pressure eventually forced the club to sell future television income just to solve today's problems. They stayed competitive, but at a cost. Real Madrid watched that story unfold and chose a different path. The club still spends aggressively, but it has become far more selective. The strategy shifted from buying every superstar to signing younger players like Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and Eduardo Camavinga before they reached their peak. They cost a fortune, but far less than buying them after becoming global icons. It's the same strategy used by great investors. Buy exceptional assets before everyone else realizes how valuable they are. Of course, not every signing works. Every failed transfer can erase tens of millions of euros. Every season without major trophies weakens negotiating power with sponsors. And every economic downturn tests fans' willingness to spend. Yet somehow, Real Madrid keeps finding its way back to the top. Because the club has never viewed football as 90 minutes of entertainment. It views football as the engine that powers a global business, and every decision is made with that bigger picture in mind. And that's the biggest lesson hidden inside Real Madrid's success. Most people believe the club became rich because it kept winning. In reality, it kept winning because it built an economic system that could afford to keep winning. Every trophy strengthens the brand. A stronger brand attracts more fans. More fans increase sponsorship value. Higher sponsorship income funds better players. Better players improve the chances of winning the next trophy. It's a flywheel. Once it starts spinning, every victory makes the next one slightly easier. That's why companies pay hundreds of millions to put their logo on one white shirt. They're not buying 90 minutes of football. They're buying access to one of the most trusted and recognizable sports brands on earth. The same logic applies to the renovated stadium. It's no longer just a stadium. It's a revenue-producing asset, designed to generate cash whether Real Madrid is playing or not. Every concert, premium tour, corporate event, and hospitality experience helps finance the next generation of players. This is why billionaire owners haven't made Real Madrid irrelevant. If anything, they've highlighted its greatest strength. While others often depend on the wealth of one owner, Real Madrid depends on the value of its institution. And institutions last longer than individuals. So, what is the economics of owning Real Madrid? It's not about owning a football club at all. It's about owning the world's attention, protecting a century-old brand, and turning emotion into an economic engine that compounds year after year. The football is what billions of people come to watch. The business is what quietly makes sure they'll keep coming back for the next 100 years.